Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thanks for stopping by. In this video, what I'd like to do is talk with you about zoonotic disease or zoonoses. Now, you may or may not be familiar with these terms, but I'm sure that you're familiar with some of the diseases that they encompass. And some examples of those would be swine flu, avian flu, West Nile virus, rabies, or Lyme disease. Now, these are illnesses that can pass from animals to people or from people to animals. And the reason I wanted to make this video is that a few months ago, the medical community released some reports talking about the hazards that pet owners face of contracting these diseases from their pets. Now, in my opinion, some of these reports were borderline hysteria. Now, how much of that was the medical community and how much of that was the media outlets is anybody's guess. Now, zoonotic diseases should be a concern. However, I don't think that there are a lot of coroner reports out there listing the cause of death as petting the dog. The reality of it is that you have a better chance of contracting an illness from another person than you do from your pet. But let's look at these diseases, how they're passed, and the things that we can do to minimize our risks. These diseases are passed in three ways. First, through bodily fluids. An example of this would be rabies, where an infected animal bites a person, saliva gets into the wound, and the rabies are passed that way. The second way are vector-borne diseases, where and an example of that would be West Nile virus, where the mosquito, acting as a vector, bites an infected bird and then bites a person, passing the disease that way. And the third way is through fecal contamination. Either the soil, food source, or water source has been contaminated by feces. Now, with the current vaccination protocols in place for livestock, pets, and people, your risk of contracting one of these diseases is minimal. There are certain people that have a higher risk factor, and these are the folks that have a weakened or compromised immune system, such as infants, people suffering from the AIDS virus, elderly people, or perhaps someone that's going through like a cancer treatment or something where their immune system has been compromised.
Recent reports of resistant staph infections, or MRSA, in people and even coming from our pets may have many of us wondering, how dangerous could our pets be? What other diseases can our pets carry or perhaps transmit to us? Every day, millions of us hug and kiss our pets. It's part of the bond we share. But unfortunately, sometimes our pets can share their deadly illnesses. Diseases that people get from animals are called zoonotic diseases. Thousands exist, but if you rule out the ones from insects or exotic animals, you're still left with a short list of some very nasty illnesses. Rabies tops the list as the most feared disease connected with our pets. In fact, more than 40,000 people die worldwide each year from this killer. Bacterial diseases such as leptospirosis can cause serious illness and, in rare cases, death. Parasites are a huge problem. Easily picked up from puppies, these nasty worms are thought to infect more than 10,000 people in the U.S. annually. And although raccoons should never be kept as pets, we do occasionally see them around our homes. Raccoon roundworms have been known to kill people. The good news in all of this is that many of these diseases are completely preventable. As an example, a person dying from rabies is almost unheard of in North America. Strict vaccination protocols have helped to minimize this threat. Follow your mom's advice. Wash your hands. Routine, thorough hand washing minimizes exposure to both bacteria and parasites. The good news is that in all of these zoonotic diseases from our pets, they're still relatively rare and very easy to keep from happening in your family. Be smart, use good personal hygiene, and consult with your family veterinarian. I'm Dr. Jim Humphreys reporting.
All it takes is one infected bird, and in Hong Kong they're not taking any chances. When the H5N1 avian virus was found in a dead chicken in the city's biggest poultry market, other markets in Hong Kong, Kowloon and the New Territories began killing thousands more. The government here is also suspending imports of live chickens from mainland China for 21 days. It's to prevent the spread of avian flu, which passes easily among birds and can jump to humans.
Some chickens at Cheung might have gone out to the market. The risk is low as long as people cook the chicken well before eating.
But market workers don't see the need for what they say is an overreaction.
It's not fair. You should do the testing for live chicken only in that certain area. And if you find the virus in that area, then we are happy to let you kill them. But if you only pick dead chicken for testing, then we don't like that idea.
The last known human case of bird flu in this densely populated city was just over a year ago. More than 300 people have died globally from bird flu since it was first detected in 2003. But the virus has been more active in East Asia and can survive a lot longer as the weather gets cooler. Hazem Sika, Al Jazeera.